Hi, distance learners. Welcome to week 5. In this week in science, we're going to spend our time looking at lab tools and how to make accurate and precise measurements. I really wish it was possible for you guys to be in the lab with me this week because we get to actually use the tools while we're at the lab. I'm hopeful that this week I will be able to send home some measuring tools. They are on order and taking a little bit longer than I thought. So we might have to put off some of those tools until next week or whenever they come. We'll see. If I can get them for you, I will arrange to have you come and pick them up on a Wednesday. Stay tuned. Keep looking at your email. Keep watching this Schoology page for more information. All right, so here we are on folder 5, and here's the dates that you have to work on it. The Nearpod lesson for week 5 is about accurate measurements and tools. And the podcast assignment is not different than it was last week. You just pick a new episode. The form that you fill out has changed slightly, so make sure that when you access the form to make your summary report, you're using it from this page and not using something that you might have saved somewhere, because I did change it. Okay, going back to our folder, notice that there is an ecology unit test. It will only be open for you to work on Tuesday, and it's timed. You get 1 attempt, and I expect there to be honesty and no cheating, right? You shouldn't be using any resources. This is all stuff coming from your brain, so you can't go look at OneNote during the test. You can't do any internet searches, and you can't use any other people or books or anything else. This is a test, so make sure you're being honest. It's only available on Tuesday, and I expect you to take it on Tuesday. If you marked yourself present on Tuesday, then I expect that you take that test. If you are excused absence, then you can talk to me and we'll open it up for you at a later time. All right, I'm going to jump over to OneNote, and you can see that we have our graph analysis page. I'm not going to talk about it very much because I have included a little audio right here that you can listen to before you actually do the assignment. Please do that. I have 2 notes pages for you, but there's not a whole lot for you to do on those notes pages. This first one is about tools, and so I have filled out the name and purpose of 14 different lab tools, and your assignment then is to search the internet for pictures of those tools. Make sure you're looking for pictures that look like lab tools, not like somebody's using in their wood shop or something like that. You want it to be like from a lab. So be picky about the tools that you choose, and then snip the picture and fit it into the space where it says tool picture. Okay. The next one is about precise and accurate measurement. There isn't a lot for you to do on this page except read and listen to and watch my videos. I made several videos for you. This first one is the first one you need to watch, and it gives you stuff to fill in the blank over here in the purple box. The rest of them don't really have things for you to fill out, but you will be tested on this information. So make sure that you are reading it carefully. You can take notes, although these are your notes, so I don't know that you need to do that. But while you're watching the videos of me demonstrating it, you should also have this nearby so you can kind of follow along what I'm doing. So there is a instructions and a video on measuring mass. Instructions over here and a video on accurately measuring length. Don't assume that you already do this perfectly, because you don't. It takes years and years of practice to be really good at measuring, so don't assume you're really awesome at measuring. You might be good, and I love that, but you can always get better. I can still get better, and I've been measuring for years and years and years. So don't assume you know everything there is to know. And these last 2 videos are about measuring the volume of a liquid and measuring the volume of a solid. And here's how it's described. And make sure you watch it to the end, because there's a couple tricky parts, especially with measuring volume. and I will have a test for you where you have to measure something. So make sure you're looking over this carefully. Don't assume because you don't come to the lab that you don't have to know this, because you will. All right, and to give you a little bit of practice with that, since you can't be in the lab with me, I have another gizmo for you to work on. Students usually really like this one. It has tools that you move around in the gizmo to make measurements of volume. All right, it is a little bit long, but you're missing out on the lab, so it's important that you do this whole thing. All right, you just double click on it to insert your answers, and at the top here's the website that you go to, and it will ask you for your username and password. So just like in week 3, there's a page over here on the right where you can click on usernames and passwords, find your name, and it tells you what the username is and what the password is. And it doesn't matter that you're seeing other people's usernames because it doesn't really keep track of anything. It's just how you're going to access the gizmo. It's the worksheet that I will grade. This thing is what I'll grade. Okay, processing activity 2 is, there's 2 parts to it. You may remember doing metric conversions using the sentence, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. I know you did that at IJ if you were there. And so this should be review, but I've included a video to remind you how to do it. So please watch the video and then complete these problems. And then there's a part 2 down here, and I've made another recording, an audio recording, to walk you through what I want you to do here. It's about estimating and making actual measurements. And the reason I want you to listen to it is because I'm very specific about what I mean by estimating. And I want you to estimate things before you measure them. So please listen to that. All right. Then there's a checklist as usual for week 5. And that's it. And I think you'll have fun with it this week. There's some good amount of hands-on stuff, and that gizmo is especially fun, I think, this week. Be sure you're calling me, emailing me, coming to your pod meetings to answer your questions and to get clarification on things. And don't forget about the test on Tuesday. All right, hope you guys have a good time with this week, and take care of yourselves.